Thank you for staying with us. And for the first conversation of the day, I have with me Gideon Pagidi Disu, who's actually here to share something or a thing or two about mental health. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. How you doing?
Thank you very much.
How you doing?
Good to have you.
Yeah, great to be here. With you this morning. Okay, so I was asking you earlier what we're talking about today, but before then, I was actually going through your profile, and interesting, I happen to be a lawyer.
Yes, I know.
And then your experience going through law, school, studying law, and then law school literally brought you to this point where you actually decided you did write a book.
Yes,
Depre Suicide. And now you're literally like a mental health advocate.
Yes.
You would like to share with us the backstory of how you got to this point.
Okay, I've been here before on Wake Up Nigeria,
Yes.
and thank you for having me here again.
You're welcome.
So in 2015, at the final year of my university, I had 7 carryover courses.
Yeah.
Yes.
What university was that?
Olabisi Obanjo University.
Okay.
So I had 7 carryover courses. It actually started from 200 level. I've been failing different courses from 200
Why
level.
would you say you were fit? Weren't you focusing in school?
Yeah, those are part of the conversations we ought to be having because,
Okay.
there could be issues of whether I was focusing in academics or not.
Yeah.
Family issues and all that.
Was it a course you wanted to study? Law?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm glad to be a lawyer
Be a
today.
lawyer today, okay.
Yes, I'm even working with Daily Additional LP.
Oh, nice.
One of the,
All right,
so
nice.
where I'm going to is that I had 7 carryover courses and I had an extra year. So automatically it meant I would not be able to go to law school with my colleagues.
Yes.
Yes, and so that affected me. I had suicidal ideation and all that. So when I had those issues, it now compelled me to write a book titled Depre Suicide. And in it encapsulates everything that I'd been going through, teenage issues, youth issues. Just like you asked the question that, is it that I wasn't concentrating in my academics, There are different things that could make people want to commit suicide. And it's very, very interesting to the point that in the book I was writing, I was talking about different youths who had suicidal ideation and they ended up committing suicide. If you check through the book, you will see that they had 1 carryover courses, 2 carryover courses, and I have 7.
I had 1 carryover course when I was in school. I remember I studied law as well at the University of Benin.
Okay.
And the carryover course, I think it was like 200, 300 level. And it was ENL, I can remember.
Wow.
Because
A borrowed course?
it was a borrowed course. Because I couldn't speak my language,
Okay.
basically. So you
Okay.
literally walk into class and the guy is literally like, can you speak your language? No, leave this class, you're failing this course.
Wow.
At this point, like, what do you want me to do? Do you understand? So, I can imagine the stress of now having 7 carryovers
In fact,
as a law
it's
student.
interesting to add that
Yes.
in my final year, I was already writing 11 courses. My mates were writing 4.
4.
I was writing 11.
Can you
So
imagine?
these are part of the things that I love talking about
Yes.
to encourage people.
Yes. So since we're there, now, what would you say, just very briefly, what would
Yes.
you say helped you go through it? Go through the challenge of literally writing 11 courses and literally graduating?
Now, sometimes to say things is easy.
Yes.
But the reality is that I wrote those books because, let me say God helped me.
Yes.
My family helped me. My parents helped me, my mom and dad. So, but writing those books helped me a lot because writing is therapeutic.
Yes, it is.
And it's not just 1 book. I wrote 5 books.
5 books.
Yes. The second one, okay, I have the shirt here.
Yes.
One is titled When Suicide Becomes the Healing You Need.
Oh, wow.
That's the first book. The second one is titled Sometimes Death Becomes the Only Option. So there are 3 other books like that.
Wow.
So they are captivating.
The topics, exactly. The
Yes.
topics alone seem very, very intriguing. And maybe one of these days you'll probably talk about one of the books. Now let's go right into it. So now because of this, you literally got very interested in mental health. And
Yes.
then you have an event coming up.
Yes.
So tell me more about the event.
Okay, the event is May Mental Health Educational Awareness.
Okay.
So normally in the month of May worldwide, it's always Mental Health Awareness Month from the beginning of May down to the 31st. So we are having it in Ikorodu. Ikorodu is the 3rd largest city in Nigeria.
Yes.
So that's what makes it interesting for us to have this conversation. The theme of the event is encouraging open conversations on suicide and depression.
Okay.
And we are targeting secondary schools and university because these are the statistics of people who go through this problem. Sometimes maybe it's just mathematics that could be the issue. Sometimes it is physics, chemistry, and all that. So we are having conversations on mental health. We're having conversations on emotional abuse because teenagers also have emotional abuse,
Yes.
sexual abuse as well.
Yes.
So in this event, we are having in conjunction with Lagos State University of Science and Technology. It was formerly Laspotech, Lagos State University Polytechnic. And what is interesting is that the Vice Chancellor of the university would be the chief host of the event. The Ayongunre of Ikorodu himself will be physically present at the event. The chairman of ICODAS is Ikorodu Oga Development Association, he will also be physically present. So we are bringing in these dignitaries to come and converse with students, to have this conversation on why suicide is not the healing they need. No. Although in the book, it is when suicide becomes the healing.
But I was like, is that not misguided?
No, yeah. It's good to have, that's the thing, it's good to have this kind of conversation because it compels you to want to say something, you know. One thing that is also interesting is that we want to speak, we want to educate and enlighten people on issues concerning suicide. When people hear about suicide, the first thing they go about is say no to suicide.
Yes.
But when someone is having that ideation and they come to meet you, will you be able to help the person?
And I think it's actually very interesting. I think what I love the most about what you're doing is how you've brought it down. Do you understand? People talk generally about, oh, suicide, as you said, generally, oh, say no to suicide.
Yes.
But they don't actually break it down and bring it down to the reason people actually feel the need to do that and how to address it directly. And I think that's something very unique that you're doing. And I wish you all the very best with this event. The date again and the time.
Okay, yes. The date is originally supposed to be tomorrow, May 24th.
Okay.
But it has been moved to June 14th.
June 14th.
Yes, because the students of the university will be resuming tomorrow, and ideally they will not be able to remove the bite. So it is now June 14th.
So June 14th at
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Where?
Yes, at Lagos State University of Science and Technology.
Okay. Amazing. I think it's amazing. All the very, very best. And of course, everyone, make sure you actually support him in any way you can to actually pull this through. Well done.
Thank you very much.